Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brianna. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So if you guys watched my last prep vlog for this trip and you guessed Paris, you are correct. Any French words that I pronounce from here on out, I am not 100% sure if I'm doing correctly, so hold on. Today's current date and time is Wednesday, May 15th at just around 2:30. I apologize for the glare. It is a bit bright. We are outside and the sun is sunning, which I love, but it's not exactly ideal filming conditions. We're currently outside in a garden having a nice lunch break, and this is day 1, day 2, technically day 3 of Paris. I apologize for not starting the vlog earlier before. There were just a lot of complications. We were supposed to be here on Monday, but that didn't happen, and that's something that I will get into at a later point in time. We were exploring this morning, so while we finish up our lunch, I'm gonna let you guys see where we went. My French is not that good, so I'm gonna say we were at the Musée d'Orsay. That's how I think it's pronounced. Pardon my French if I'm wrong. I only took a French 101 class, and I've been on my Duolingo streak. Apart from that, I really there's not much else. But yes, I'm going to let you guys enjoy that, and I will see you when we move on from here. This is the Starry Night painting. This is the last painting that I have to finish my museum in Animal Crossing. Also, we have finished eating lunch and we just arrived a little bit early. It's about 3:08. We have a 3:30 tour at this building right here. So we're just gonna continue waiting outside until the rest of our group arrives and then head in for our tour.
It's not that difficult to understand what it was supposed to be. It was meant to be a church. We are going to make it something different. We are going to make it a pantheon. Pantheon is a Greek word that means for all the gods. Their ambition, was to celebrate people who inspired the revolution or who sacrificed, died for the revolution. As France was becoming a republic again in the late 1800s, when he died, people were like, we need a special place to celebrate Victor Hugo. And this is how in 1 week they turned the church into a pantheon, into the pantheon as we know it, again, just to celebrate Victor Hugo. And nowadays you have like very important French people, such as Marie Curie, who was the first woman accepted in there. Maybe you heard of Josephine Baker. We're going to talk about Josephine Baker tomorrow. She's in there, and she has a plaque in there. So it's a lot of really special, important French people in that place. May the 10th is the day, the commemoration, the national commemoration of the abolition of slavery, and it takes place here. So let's go there, closer. You will see the other side is a different color. The first one, the one that is in the ground, it is about the roots and people being taken away from their land. The one on top, the one that is open and broken, it is about the abolition, the emancipation, the end of slavery. And the one in the middle, the current circle, the full circle, it is about current issues of modern slavery, human rights, and everything. And it's a street with a lot of plaques everywhere because a lot of important people used to live here, or because important events took place here.
Also, we're back in the room, but we're about to head outside again. The tours today were really amazing. We were able to see so many different sides of Paris, and I'm really glad that I took this opportunity to come and see Paris as like a class and not by myself, because like I wouldn't know like where the good spots are at. I feel like I'm definitely going to come back here eventually. Like I'm like day one in, I'm like, okay, I already have to come back and it's not even over. But I feel like I'm definitely going to come back, and this is really good background for where to go for like the cute things. And I'm trying to like educate myself on little things here and there so that I'm more informed next time. Speaking of become more informed, we are going to go and roam the streets for dinner. That sounds worse than I intended it to be, but we are going to go and find a cute place for a little quick something to eat, and also just really like I'm working on familiarizing myself with the area. So yeah, me and a couple of friends are about to go into the streets. Y'all, so it is the next morning. It is Thursday, May 16th, day 2 in Paris. You know when you're like in a foreign country and your skin glows better? I feel like that's what's happening to me right now. The fit today is really cute. It's giving academia. We are doing a tour of a fellowship program facility first. So I dressed to fit the theme. And I think we might be going to a museum later today. So it's also like kind of on theme with that. So I'm really excited for the course of events today. We're gonna head out any second now. So I'll see you guys on the road. Guys, so I didn't know this was a part of the plan actually, but we are in front of the Eiffel Tower. This is so like France. Being a tourist, it's so French. Fun. Like I said, I plan to come back here like eventually. So like getting up on top of there and actually climbing it is not like a priority on this trip. I think that I do want to get on a boat ride though and go on this the Seine River right here. So that's a priority. But just seeing it in this light, it's enough for me. Y'all, so it's just about 12:30 and our group broke up from the activity that we were doing in order for everyone to go and have lunch. So we are currently in a, I would say what we call a touristy area, or like at least that's what I've been told. And we're just gonna go find some food to eat. Y'all, so we got the food. Okay, so this is the from the chicken place that we saw on the street, and this right here are 2 macaroons. We're at like a little fancy like gelato place, and it's quite cute in here. I love the environment. I love the artistry. So let's try the chicken first. This is what it looks like inside the bucket. I got like a 6-piece meal or something like that. Time for us to try the chicken. This ketchup looks very interesting. I'm not usually like a fries and ketchup girl. I just like eating fries by themselves. But if the fries are not as tasty, I put ketchup on it. But I just want to try the ketchup. Like, the fries are really good by themselves. I just want to try it because it looks different. I don't think I've ever tasted ketchup like that before. Now we're gonna try the macaroons. These are actually filled with ice cream. I have had a macaroon before.
Yes.
It's been a long time, so we're just gonna like try it again for the first time. This is good. This is amazing. This place itself, I'm gonna get a milkshake from here before we leave for our next tour.
I don't know if we're gonna finish it before our next tour.
So the one I just had was a vanilla one. This is a tiramisu one. I got a drink with my food and I finished eating, so I'm just gonna carry this around and drink it while we walk. We never talked about the food yesterday. That food was amazing. It's the best food that I've had so far in France. I've only been here for a day though.
What type of food was it? Was it soul food?
It was classified, yeah, it was soul food, but it was classified as American food.
Was it Caribbean?
It was jerk chicken, so it was definitely like Jamaican. The place was so nicely decorated and the people were so warm and welcoming, and thank God that they spoke English. But like, I'll practice my French a little bit, you know, like a little one too. So definitely going back to that place before we leave because that was great. There are other African places all around too that I want to try. At least one more different one because it's very close to like where our hotel is. But there is like another like Ghanaian place that I really have to try. I just have to figure out the bus system.
And the 18th arrondissement is so interesting because it is the most polarized area in Paris. You have some of the fanciest places in the 18th, like a very touristic, very lovely, nice cafes and stuff like that. And some neighborhoods that are not as fancy. We are going to end up the tour in an area that people call in English Little Africa, but it's not the real name. It's named Chateau Rouge, and for quite some time, maybe 30, 40 years, it is the neighborhood for market for immigrant African families. So you have both of two different worlds in the same district, and that's something very interesting to navigate. And if we go back to the first picture here, you see that these guys, they have instruments. They play music. They play a new type of music that no one ever heard about before. It's just music. So we have video footage of these young men being in the middle of nowhere in deep rural France and being celebrated like saviors. So that was a challenge for them. In the 20s, some of these African-American soldiers said, you know what, let's go back to France. And at the time, in this neighborhood, we're opening the first jazz clubs in Paris. What you see right here, that looks like a sort of abandoned Chinese restaurant. Back in the 1920s, it was named Le Grand Duc. It was one of the first jazz clubs in Paris. So most of the places, if not all the places I'm going to tell you about, are long gone, you know, like people don't know that it was history in the making, but the first area where you had the first jazz clubs in Paris is between Pigalle and Montmartre on the hill.
Y'all, so currently, well not currently actually, we walked a little bit out of it, but during our tour person showed us a place called, it's not called Little Africa, what did he say it was called?
Something Rouge. Chateau Rouge.
Chateau Rouge? Yeah, something like that. And it's basically like just a place filled with a bunch of like African markets and things like that. It's basically like a more like dulled down version of like KJTM Market, and I was really having time of my life there, but of course, like, you know, people really don't like being filmed in these neighborhoods and stuff, so I had to put my camera away. But right now, I didn't think that we would be in this close vicinity to this place, but we are close to a Ghanaian restaurant. Y'all know how much I love my Ghanaian food, so we're about to head inside. Hey, Pachumo, a menu and now a fish and a duck no corn. Watch it. Okay. Okay. It's about Chomefa, a duck no. Yeah. Pacho duck no bacco. Fish no pacho, otonising.
Fish, I have 4 euro, I have 5, I have 6, I have 8 euro.
Okay. Pacho, my fish no 4 euro bacco. Yeah. Y'all walking along like the whole, like, you know, little African strip some more. See, like, they also have like a mala here. Like, actually, this is like literally home. I'm so glad that we found this street. I don't know if we'll have time to come back here with our very busy schedule and everything, but I really hope that we do, because there's like a lot of stuff here, but I don't have space in my suitcase to even bring anything back, so I need to be careful. Y'all, so we are back in the hotel, and I cannot elaborate how excited I am to eat this food. Y'all know that I'm like really weirdly picky and only eat Ghanaian food mostly, so me coming to this foreign country was really not a good idea in hindsight. But what's done is done. What is done is done, and we are here. But now we have dokno and fish, so we can have a full proper meal. I do want to get out of my comfort zone and like try new things, but like eventually. Y'all, so it's much later in the evening. As you can see, I've refreshed the makeup a little bit and touched up my lip liner because we are heading out. So before we were supposed to like go to like the museum or something, but then plans ended up changing, and now we are going on a boat, and we're gonna go see the Eiffel Tower again. So that's great because I love boat rides, and especially this one's going to be at night, and we're gonna see, you know, the Eiffel Tower sparkle and everything, and that's like a really big thing. So yes, it's currently around like 8:30. I'm going to go and meet up with some other people, help them all get ready, and then we're going to head out and find our way there, which I'm not sure how we're getting there, but I'm gonna follow other people and hopefully we're gonna get there. For the fit, we're basically still wearing the same thing. I just traded out the short skirt for a longer skirt since it is getting colder and like, you know, the evening and everything. So yeah, this is a cute little boat fit, and we're gonna head out. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Y'all, I'm about to show you something. Let's go. Keep taking it. Ready? Hello guys, so it is day 3 of Paris. Today's date is Friday, May 17th. I can't believe that we're 3 days in, honestly. I don't know if it feels like I've been here longer or shorter. but it doesn't feel like 3 days. Anyways, today is full of fun tasting activities. Y'all know how much I love food, but y'all also know that I'm very unfamiliar with Parisian food and food of other cultures, so this is gonna be an interesting day, to say the least. I mean, I think that we're trying to mostly like butters, cheeses, breads, little finger food, so I hope that I'll be okay. Regardless, I'm quite excited for it, because even though sometimes I don't enjoy eating the food, I do enjoy seeing it. It's very artistic how they make their food here. It's quite beautiful. I just realized that I never really talk about the hotel we're at or anything. This place is actually quite nice. Currently, I am in the cafe slash study room area. It's a hotel, it's not college, so it's not a study room, but like it is a study room area in my head. And this place is very nice. Every morning they deliver us breakfast, which is very French. It's a very French breakfast of a baguette and croissants. Sometimes they're chocolate croissants, sometimes they're regular croissants. And then they also give us yogurt, goat cheese, cream cheese, and everything to be able to spread on that bread, and orange juice and like other things. It's very nice. They deliver every morning at 6:30 a.m. When they first mentioned that, like, they were like, oh yeah, we give you breakfast every morning at 6:30. I didn't think they were being for real, but they're very much on point every single morning with it. It's really nice. The bread here is absolutely delicious, and I'm really curious how they get it to look so beautiful every single time. Like, I need to take a cooking class here at some point. I don't know if we'll get to that point in this class, but hopefully at some point I can take a cooking class here, because I need to learn how to make this beautiful bread. I also never told you guys why we are in Paris. So I'm here on a study abroad trip with my university, and I'm not here for like a long time. We're only here for about like another week or so. I've tried to explain this to all my friends, and none of their colleges do this for some reason, of where they have like a short-term study abroad program, but I saw the opportunity and I took it, and it has been quite lovely.
C'est donc géographie culinaire,
Géographie culinaire, culinary geography.
de voir comment dans la ville de Paris,
We're going to see how within the city of Paris
on peut voir des communautés
we see communities, different communities,
qui se sont installées à Paris pour des raisons très différentes, et on va en parler, et qui sont présentes par la cuisine, entre autres.
who settled in Paris for different reasons at different times, and who are very present in Paris.
On faisait le recel sur le fait qu'au XIXe siècle, la population française, elle est majoritairement agricole.
So as we discussed at the Musée d'Orsay, in the 19th century, the majority of the French population was rural, right, agricultural regions, so not in urban areas, but in the countryside.
Et comme vous pouvez le voir sur la carte de droite, tout est concentré, en fait, tout part de Paris.
And as you can see on this map, everything is tied to Paris, right? So all of these train lines, railways, they go to Paris.
We just finished our quick little lunch there. I got, huh?
Quick little snack.
Yes, our very quick snack, because we're about to head on a tasting tour where we're walking for, I think she said we're walking for several blocks, and tasting various like coffees and pastries and things like that. So quite excited for that. I'll see y'all when we make our first stop.
This is a bread company that started in 1932.
it over and eat it from with the bottom up. That's
Oh.
So this is where we're going to head. It's called the Marché des Enfants Rouges, which means the market of red children. This is the oldest covered market in Paris. It opened in the 17th century. There's no real technique for white, I think. I think the nice thing is just to move it around a bit and then smell it before you taste. And then compare. Does it match, does the nose match what you think you expect it to taste like, and vice versa.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay is typically a quite straight wine. It's not too funky. Like he said, usually it comes from Burgundy, but this one comes from the Loire Valley. And you have some Chardonnay that goes in one part of Burgundy that have more of a brioche, buttery flavor, and others that might be a little bit more acidic. This should be kind of in between, but it's not even from Burgundy, so the soil is completely different.
Also, we have just finished the food tasting tour.
We chugged 2 ounces of vodka.
We had a small glass of Chardonnay. I didn't really like it. I'm not really a drinker, but for the experience, I did it for the experience, and I didn't like it. So there was that. Yeah, so it is quite later in the day. It's about 5:30, and the last thing on the schedule for today is to go to La Louvre. Finally, La Louvre has been on my list for a minute, and now we finally get to go there. I get to see all like the pretty little paintings, the Mona Lisa and everything. So we're gonna head on our way there now.
Ne mi faccio? Grazie.
giant Louis Vuitton bag. Hey y'all, so it is Saturday. I'm low-key losing count and sometimes a little confused on like which day it is because something I've just been like avoiding talking about. So essentially, right, I've mentioned that this trip is a study abroad trip that I'm going on through my school, and it's like study abroad, but it's not like the semester study abroad. It's like a short study abroad. So we're supposed to be in Paris for 10 days, but there were a lot of complications at the airport that didn't lead to that, and I've just kind of been avoiding speaking about it because like this is Paris, okay? This is the city of love, the city of light, the city of everything. This is my very first experience here, and this vlog is gonna be like the first time. It's not like New York that I go every 5 seconds and there's a New York vlog every 5 seconds, and I just want it to be a very fun vlog that I can look back on and think fondly of like all my memories and things like that. So I've been avoiding talking about all the airport issues and stuff that we had that like led up to this, but it wouldn't be authentic if I didn't at least slightly address it and explain it. So for this trip, as a study abroad and the school planned it, we were supposed to leave Sunday, May 12th originally at night around like 7 p.m. and then land here in the morning. Most of the footage that you've seen thus far, the taste test, the tours, the museums and things like that, most of that have been mandatory activities like by the school, since this is a class that, you know, I have to take, and these are like mandatory like things for the specific class that I chose and that like, you know, like the professor specifies that we have to go to. They are fun and I am loving them. Like yesterday, I never even fully talked about the food tour and like gave like my ratings on everything because a lot of things were happening, but I discovered a lot of new likes through that food tour. In fact, I'm pretty sure you guys saw earlier, but we went back we went back not to the exact same store, but to the like, you know, same brand of store, and I bought 6 more vanilla Madagascar cream puffs because I'm actually addicted to these things now. And I'm so glad, like I said, things like this, little things from this trip, this is what I want to sink in, like this is what I want to remember from it. But as I said, I want to be as authentic as possible. So let's talk about everything that happened at the airport. So as I said, we were supposed to leave Sunday night and get here Monday. Did that happen? No. What did happen was we had our flight, we boarded and everything was normal. We got on the flight. In fact, before we even got to the airport, it said that our flight was bumped up like 10 minutes because I think we're supposed to leave at like 6:50, and then they ended up having notification that we're leaving at 6:40 instead. So I was like, okay, 10 minutes earlier, like 10 minutes not gonna do much, but you know, like it's early. So I got there, I said goodbye to my parents, I met up with my group and everything, checked my bag, and we were in the plane. The first issue was that they overbooked the flight, which is normal for airlines. So like it wasn't really like a big deal, like, you know, they just offer like $1,000, $1,200, whatever. Someone got off, right? And they were able to like spend the night at a hotel and get that money and everything. So then we were supposed to be off. Did the plane leave? No. 2 hours in, at this point it's about 9 o'clock, we are still sitting on the plane, sitting at Boston Logan Airport. They explained that if this was because of a maintenance issue, something about like a circuit, some kind of computer or something, so they had to like switch it out, and then when they switched it out, like they didn't switch it out to like a better one, so then this and that, like I don't know honestly. So 2 hours later we were still sitting on the plane until 9 p.m. So they finally finished with that issue, and then all of a sudden, so they say we're ready to go, but then we're not, because now apparently they found something on the wing, kind of like rubber part or something is what they explained that it was, that they had to like go and get calculations from the engineers on to make sure that the plane was safe to fly and everything, and like that was a whole thing. Another like 30 minutes and they tell us that we are going to have to deplane the plane because we were still on the plane at this point. Like I said, the flight was scheduled to even leave early, so at this point everyone's already on the plane, like our luggage is already like in the overhead bins and everything. We watched, at this point I and the person next to me have managed to watch an entire movie. So around 9:30 p.m. they said we have to deplane because they have to go fix the issue, but the engineers aren't here, they're in like Atlanta or something, and by here I mean Boston because here is right now it's France. But yes, their engineers are not with them currently, so then they have to call them in Atlanta, they're not getting back to them, and we've been sitting here a while, so they have to deplane, and they say that we're gonna get back on the plane at 10:30. So we come off the plane and we get back into the airport through where we came in, and they say we're gonna get back on at 10:30. 10:30 then becomes 10:50. 10:50 then becomes 12:30 a.m. We're just crossing a new day at this point. And then 12:30 a.m. becomes 1:30 a.m. This entire time, not much is being communicated, honestly, and everyone is really confused why the time keeps being pushed back, like what's going on, this, that, and the third. At this point, we had been there for a long time, and everyone was really like, the person who they took off the plane and is sleeping, having a nice sleep at the hotel, is actually very lucky. They made the right choice. They made the right choice. We finally start reboarding around 1:30 a.m. and at this point I'm just tired. We sit in the plane and I fall asleep, honestly. I'm like, yeah, this is just like, it's night anyways and we're gonna get there in the morning, so like I might as well just go to bed. So I am sleeping, right? And at this point it's around like 2:15, 2:20ish, and I'm like, okay, finally we're about to take off. The announcement comes on and say this flight has been canceled. That person who took that money and went to the hotel, that should have been me. They say that the flight is canceled and they will not be doing any kind of rescue flight for it. And this is the like a new term that I learned like recently because of all of this wahala, that a rescue flight is apparently like they would just make a new flight. You know how like there are like listed flights like months in advance that something is going to like fly to somewhere? They would just make a new flight during like for like a specific time so that the people who are supposed to be on the flight that got canceled still are able to go there, but they don't have to book other flights that are already going because they are most likely full. At this time we did not know this, but like 2 other planes had been canceled too for some reason, and it was just like a lot going on. So at this point we deplaned the plane for a second time. For a second time. The reason that they canceled it is because apparently flight attendants, like their reasoning made sense. Flight attendants are only allowed to work like so many hours, and like I get it, as we're tired and we've been in the airport the whole time, so have they. So the reasoning honestly made sense, but it was just like a lot on top of a lot. And like I said, this is like a school thing, so we have like tours, we had lectures that we had to cancel because of this, and it is a whole issue now. They did grant us a hotel like night stay in the around the Boston area, so we ended up going to a hotel in Cambridge in order to stay there for the night and try to book other flights, because this is not like a vacation or something. Like this is something that we have to go. We have to go, we have to get here in order to be in our learning environment and to be able to do our lectures and stuff. So we had 2 professors traveling with us. They figured out most of the stuff, bless their hearts, because that whole hotel thing fiasco was like a whole different issue. We did not actually end up leaving the airport until around 4 a.m. No sleep. No sleep, no nothing, because you're in the middle of the airport. But we did not end up leaving the airport until around 4 a.m. because the line was so long of all the flights that they canceled, and there were so many things to be situated. So we ended up recollecting all of our checked luggages and stuff and moving everything out into the hotel to try to find a hotel room. We get to the hotel, it is the longest line on the face of the earth. And mind you, around this time it's like 5 a.m. there's only like 1 hotel staff working, and there's like 100 people in line. We do not end up getting a room until around 7 a.m. 8 a.m. It is the next day, it is the morning of the next day. Some people have slept peacefully and are going to work, and we're still here. So finally around 7 8 a.m. we're able to get hotel rooms to put our suitcases and stuff in and just like catch some quick sleep. And our advisor was able to get us another flight for that now Monday evening at, I believe it's supposed to be around 10 p.m. We sleep, shower, do all of that. We did the hotel around 4 p.m. and not all of our group, the other people that are taking the class with me, not all of them are able to get like on the same flight again like before when we were all taking the same flight. So we now split up and now the flights are connecting flights. It's short notice. Our professor and our advisor are doing their best, and I truly appreciate them for going through all this, because this was actually very stressful and strenuous for me and my fellow peers, never mind what they were doing. But yes, now our group is separated in 2. Some of our group was going to have a layover in Germany and then go to Paris, and then my group, the one that I was in, we had a layover in London and then we came to Paris. The people from Germany's flight was much earlier at around like 7 p.m. so they left before us and they were already on the plane on the way there. We, the people that are going to London before Paris, our flight is not until later, and we go to check in, they say that we're not on the flight. They say that the tickets were never booked, something, we're not on the flight. And it's between like 2 different airlines, and they're like, oh, this airline's fault, it's this airline's fault, and it's just a lot of headache. There was just way too much going on. Like, I just wanted to eat a croissant and see the Eiffel Tower. Like, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to be a tourist. And finally we get on a flight. Thank you, Virgin Airlines, y'all did your thing, and the customer service on that airline was amazing compared to the customer service on the other airlines, honestly. So big ups to Virgin Atlantic. We get to London, we have our layover, and then we finally get to Paris. I'm just grateful to be here. I'm like, ever since we've came here, it's been relatively nice. We are a little bit behind. Some stuff got canceled and could be rescheduled, so that was a little bit disappointing because this class is genuinely very interesting. It's called Global Paris, and we're learning about media and film and how it interacts with like the culture here and everything. And some of those things being canceled was a little disheartening, but I'm just glad that we're here eventually after all of this. We're safe, because even though like I wanted to go on that flight and for it to work out the first time, like I'm a big believer in the fact that everything happens for a reason. And you know, they said there were complications with that flight. Something was on the wing, something was wrong with the computer. God forbid that we got on that plane, something happened, you know, it wouldn't have been nice. I would much rather this small derail, not small actually, we lost like 2 days, but anyways, I would much rather this derail than like, you know, just being lost in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. So we have made it to Paris. That is my airline horror story, and that's what happened to us on the way here. And now that I've talked about it, I can just get it off of my chest. But I want to focus on the good parts. I want us to enjoy to the fullest. I want us to eat everything that is available to us here. I'm discovering like a lot of new likes here. I just realized I like melon bread. Yesterday, that tasting tour, I'm not getting a lot of time to talk to you guys individually in between things because I blink and it's like 12 a.m. and I have to go to sleep because the next morning we have to get up early again to go on a different lecture. So I apologize for that, but I hope that you guys are enjoying the vlog nonetheless. You're seeing how nice the city of Paris is, how different it is from Boston. I'm really enjoying the environment and enjoying the different culture that we feel around here. Honestly, I'm very glad that I got to experience the city first as like a school trip kind of thing, and I'm like getting my bearings here because like I said, I will be back, and I can only sightsee so much, guys. This is a walking city. This is very different from me. I come from a small town. Like I drive everywhere. Like Valentina is there, like we skirting everywhere. Like I'm not used to this. Oh, it's just like a 25-minute walk. What? What? But I mean, you know, like it's a different environment. It's only like a few weeks, you know, like I am eating a lot of pastries, you know, so this is helping to like, you know, balance it out a little bit. I can't say I'm not enjoying my time here. It's been great so far, so we'll walk. We'll walk. Yes, but today, tomorrow, and Monday are more chill days for us. We've had our lectures and stuff throughout the week. What could be made up was made up. What couldn't be made up, we lost. But these next 3 days are supposed to be us really just getting to know the city. As you guys saw today, like we were doing like a lot of like, you know, touristy things and going around and everything, and I was just like seeing a lot of things that aren't on the schedule due to like time constraints and everything, for the class and everything. So if there was anything I wanted to see, like we're doing that between this and the next 3 days. It's just really going to be us bopping around to the most random spots. It's not really a plan. We kind of come up with the plan like the day of, if we're lucky, the night before. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna go and write my journal reflection on how today went, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day. It is Sunday, May 19th, and it's currently in the afternoon. It's not that late, but it's around like 3 p.m. Like I said, these are like the last 3 days. There's not really like a plan or anything. So right now we're heading out to meet one of our friends at, I'll tell you when we get there because I keep forgetting the name of all these locations. But yeah, we're gonna head out right now to go meet one of my friends who is currently also studying abroad but on the London trip, and they use their weekend to come here. Guys, why did it take 4.5 years to find this girl?
I don't know what you want me to do. Just to say hi and leave.
Just to say hi and leave.
Say hi and leave.
We have been searching. We were literally here. Do you know we were here? We're at the Sephora, and we left because I said we're meeting at the front of the building, so we went all the way over there. So now come all the way. Anyways, Oria,
You
say
look
hi.
so pretty. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
The makeup, the hair.
Thank
the
you.
dress,
This
the
is
shoes.
this is not getting you out of. It took us forever to find you, but anyways. Y'all, so we are back at the hotel. Today was a slower day. Like I said, we didn't really like start the day until around like 3-ish, but I don't know, maybe it was probably because of the shoes that I was wearing, because like when we were coming on the trip, our teacher was like, bring like a comfortable pair of shoes, you'll be walking miles every day. And I did, but then I also brought like a bunch of sandals and stuff for my outfits, and so I can't wear sneakers every day, and this was one of the days I chose not to wear sneakers. I should have listened. It's not that like I'm in some like terrible pain, but it was definitely like a little uncomfortable because of the amount that I was walking. We got a little treat on the way back, okay? This Louie pizza, my professor has been talking about it since before we even came here. She says it's like one of the best pizzas in the area, and personally my best pizza that I've ever had is, if you guys remember and if you guys watched the New Orleans vlog, we had some pizza at this place called Magazine Pizza. That is the best pizza I have ever had, and it will continue to be the best pizza I ever had. I'm not sure if this is going to exactly top it. It's not giving that it's gonna top it. Like, it looks amazing, don't get me wrong. Like, it looks really good. I love a good margarita pizza, but it's not giving that it's gonna top that New Orleans Magazine Pizza. I'll never forget that place. I have to go back specifically just to eat that pizza. I'm not gonna take it out the game yet though, so let's try a slice and see. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, but it still doesn't top Magazine Pizza. That will always have the #1 place in my heart. That's gonna be it for today though. Contrary to how like the light is shining on my face right now, it's literally like 9:11 p.m. I'm not going out for the rest of the night. I'm gonna go to my room, turn in early probably. One of these days, I'm thinking probably Tuesday, I want to have like an early morning adventure and like walk around and go to like the bakeries and stuff, because they make everything fresh in the morning. The stuff already here is like really good, but it's like nice and fresh in the morning, and it's like really being made. And like I hear like a lot of things like sell out, and I love bread. I love bread, I love desserts and everything. I'm actually gonna head upstairs and eat the rest of my cream puffs that I left. To buy more that day that we go out to the bakeries and stuff. So yeah, maybe Tuesday we'll do that, but that's pretty much it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all, so we are currently at the very famous place, and we're gonna get some hot chocolate. It's supposed to be the best hot chocolate in Paris or like in the world or something, and I'll be the judge of that because y'all know how much I love a good chocolate. This is the famous menu item. We're gonna order it and taste for ourselves. Y'all, so this is the famous hot chocolate right here in this cup. We're gonna try it. It comes with like a pound of like whipped cream. We're gonna try it without the whipped cream first, just to like get a real taste. This is quite good. I have never tasted a hot chocolate like this before. It's a little thick. I've never had such a thick hot chocolate before, and it's very chocolatey, fast as chocolate says. Let's put some whipped cream on it. I also got some brioche bread. It has a very interesting shape, to be sure. Let's try it. You can taste the difference between something that was like freshly baked like this morning and like the normal things that we're used to in the States. Thank you. I asked for some butter. It even came after. Look at this butter. Let's add it to the bread. Guys, as you can see, we are here to do battle cart. We just found out about this like a little bit ago, and it's absolutely insane. I've always wanted to do like, this is like battle cart, kind of like Mario Kart. I've always wanted to do this, but like in Japan, because everyone says like, oh, you need to go like Mario Karting in Tokyo. But this is like different, and also I don't have to get my international driver's license to do it. We're here, we might as well, so I'm so excited to go in and do it. Let's do this. Hold on, cameos right now. Are you ready for this? Yes, definitely. Are you ready for this? Y'all know that me personally, I was born ready for this. Dang, I was so close to getting first, guys. I mean, we are tied. Technically, not recording it. Technically, you know, like I am first. It's just like a tie first. It's really these people fighting to get in my first place spot. These people, I can't even see them. I can't even see you. Yes, these people, I can't even see you. These people were 5th and 6th, and they're fighting for the top spot like it doesn't belong to me. Hey guys, so we are finished with the Mario Kart and quite famished. After all of that racing, it's been quite a long day, and we only had like the food that you've seen us eat, which is breakfast. So we currently found ourselves during our food tasting tour, they were talking about like Little Japan. So that's where we are currently, and I'm looking for a place called Udon Jubei. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I've never had udon noodles before. But today's the day to try them because I saw this TikTok and it was very, very convincing that they were very, very good. So I'm gonna try them today. We are coming up on the restaurant right now. Y'all saw our food is here. I've never had this before. The most experience that I have with noodles is like Indomie, and you eat that with a fork. So, how do you hold this? So we're back in the room. I am really proud of myself that I was able to try that. I didn't use the chopsticks correctly, but we tried, and that's what was important. Like, I'm trying new things and I'm doing new things here, so I'm very proud of myself for that. But that is the end of tonight. I'm not 100% sure what the plan is tomorrow. I do want to try to wake up early and go to like the bakeries and stuff and get some very like fresh, authentic like French bread straight out like the oven or whatever they make it in here, because they have like a lot of like wood burning like stoves and things like that. So I want something like really, really fresh just to like try it out for the day. I'm gonna go and see what time that the stores on that bakery strip that we took like during the tasting tour open and try to figure that out and everything. So we might do that tomorrow. I'm hoping to do it tomorrow. So yeah, that's the prospective plan for tomorrow, but things might change. But that's pretty much it for tonight, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, y'all. It is the next day, and these next days are, you know, starting to hit a little bit. We are in countdown mode of our last few days in Paris. I believe this is our third to last, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We leave on Thursday. So this is our third to last day. It's quite a bittersweet feeling. Like, whenever we go somewhere, I do love the new environment, but I also miss home, you know what I mean? But like, I like traveling too. As we come to our last few days, our tours are like less and less, and we have more and more free time. We do have things to do today, but they're not until later in the evening. So right now it's currently around 1:30ish. It's like 1:17, so it's almost 1:30. We're going to head out to somewhere. The group is still voting on like where we're gonna go, so once they decide, we're gonna head there. I forget the options honestly, so when we get there, we get there. And what we decide, we decide. But yeah, we are in countdown mode. This is our third to last day here, and it's a bittersweet feeling, definitely. But I will see you guys when we decide where we're going. Y'all, so currently we are at a souvenir store. I'm getting little knickknacks for my family members and everything. I found some cute stuff, but I'm still looking through. Y'all know that I love a good hoodie, so I am looking for that. But if I don't find a cute hoodie, I'll just get something else. But I'm just trying to look for what catches my eye. This bracelet is literally so cute to me, the one right here. And these are cute too. Look, a bee with Paris in it. I'm definitely getting one of those. Guys, I think I found the hoodie. Okay, this is absolutely so cute. I was trying to decide between this color and the pink color, but I think that the cream color, it definitely gives more like, you know, like minimalist Paris. Anyways, thank you for holding Eileen. I definitely just spent all my life savings at that souvenir shop, but I'm very happy with my purchases. I got a little something for everyone, and I'm officially done shopping, and I'm glad I didn't wait until last minute to do it, honestly, because that would have been very hectic. We do not have any plans until 7:30 when we have dinner with an author of a book that we had to read for the course. So if anything interesting happens between now and then, I'll tune back in, but if not, I'll see y'all at 7:30.
Tiramisu, chocolate vanilla and praline cake. This is a religious filled with salted caramel, and there is only one left. I think it's a baba rum topped with chantilly made with vanilla from Madagascar, and it comes with a waterfall of rum.
Don't do it as a shot.
Are you alright? Are you alright? Hold on, I need to get this. We need to get this. She's dying. Zoom in guys, zoom in. I need the zoom. Are you alright? Is everything okay? What's going on? What's going on in the corner?
I thought you phrased it as a shot as well.
Mine was non-alcoholic, guys. Please. I feel crazy. You feel what?
Like, what kind of client?
Oh. Good morning, guys. So it is next day. It is Wednesday, May 22nd at approximately 7:30 a.m. As I mentioned, I wanted to do a bakery run or crawl. I've heard it called bakery crawl or bakery run. I'm not sure what the correct term is. And to be honest, we're only going to like one place because I was looking into going into multiple places, but as y'all know, I'm not really like a trier like that. I feel like I've done decent on this trip, but after doing some like of my own like extensive research, I went through TikTok, but anyways, after I did some of my own research, and I remember something that was mentioned a few days ago during the tasting tour about this specific kind of like little like cake treat or something. I was like, I have to try that. So that is what we're on the hunt for today. And that is why I am up so early, because I want to get the freshest batch that just straight comes out of the oven. The pastry that I'm looking for is this. I'm not 100% sure how to like pronounce it or anything, but I know it looks like this, and like the technical translation, it's like a butter cake kind of like, or something like that, and I've seen it on TikTok and it looks really good, so I want to go and try that. The place that I have seen that sells it is somewhere called the French Bastards. So yeah, we're gonna go there and try to see if they have it. If not, we'll like shop around a little bit and look around, but I believe that they will, because like I said, I'm going very early and I'm sure it's a popular treat, so they make like a bunch of it, and then we'll be able to try that. The plan for today is like our last day here. We have some more free time, so me and like a bunch of the girls said that we're going to, you know, the Palace of Versailles, which I'm very excited for. Like, it wasn't like top on my list of things to do like my first time here, but it's definitely like I have to go there eventually. Like, if I'm doing it now, then it works out for me perfectly. I'm gonna put the directions in maps and we're gonna head right there. Let go. Also, unfortunately, we were unable to get the pastry that I wanted at the first place, and in every single bakery that I passed after that, I just kept asking, and to no avail. Hopefully we'll be able to get it later in the day, like maybe around like Versailles or something. I'm not 100% sure though, so this might just be an L. But I did get some bread at one of the stores that we stopped by before, so I'll eat that. Yeah, so we just finished the inside of like the actual Versailles Palace, and now we are heading to the gardens. Y'all, look at this view, y'all. This is absolutely insane.
Actually matches the rest of her jewelry.
I got a star, 'cause I'm a star.